Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening, everyone. We are talking about the result of karma. We use so many sutta to know theory of karma. So as we have learned that the karma, we can study what is karma. Karma is motivation behind our action. But when we talk about the result of karma, it's very complicated and also complex. So for that reason, the Buddha said in Achindeya Sutta, so 14, that is so complex that if you think about all these 4 things, it will lead to madness, even madness, very, very complicated. So one of them is the result of karma. So if you do not understand very well, then it will lead to misunderstanding. So actually, even among the Buddhists, we have a lot of misunderstanding about the karma. So today I will talk about theory of karma using 2 sutta again. So one is a Sīvaka Sutta from Saṅkhadhama Nikaya. So in that sutta, the wanderer Sīvaka asks a question to the Buddha. Wanderer or Brahmacharya is a type of samana, a type of it's different from Brahmana. Normally, the Brahmin, they exercise a lot of rites and rituals, like a kind of blessing, and also a lot of rites and rituals. They perform a lot of rites and rituals. The wanderer is a kind of monk or samana who do not do all these one. So the wanderer are very similar to the monk. It is among the category of samana. We call it samana tradition. Educating people, and also trying to practice themselves, then trying to educate. So similar to the monk. So Wanderer Sīvaka asked the question, Master Gautama, so there are some ascetics and Brahmins who hold such a doctrine and view as this. There are some ascetics and Brahmins who hold such a view. Wherever a person experiences, whether it be pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, wherever experience they are encountering, they are facing, or that is caused by what was done in the past. What does Master Gautama say about this? Buddhists, normally we always say, how can I do that? This is my best karma, right? We normally say that something happened in our life caused by our past karma. If you say just past karma is not adequate, it is wrong view according to this sutta. So this sutta clearly indicate, normally Buddhists, we always say, it is my best karma, whether good or bad in your life, Of course, most of the things in our life have been or experienced because of best karma. But if you say just best karma, it's not correct. Best karma is just a part of what you experience right now, For that reason, so look at what the Buddha taught. Some feelings, Sīvaka, arise here, originating from mind disorders. So usually, we have a lot of problem because of mind disorder, like a stomach pain, So if you experience stomach pain, it might be because of bad karma or because of mind disorder right now. Sometimes you may be vomiting, because of mind disorder. If you think that vomiting is caused because of bad karma, it is a wrong view, It's a wrong view. So like that, you may lose your appetite because of mind disorder, and you may have red eye, and also your skin may be red because of mind disorder. So if you think that all these have been because of bad karma, it is wrong view, The Buddha said that some feeling, especially suffering, pain feeling, arise originating from mind disorder. That some feelings arise here originating from mind disorders, one can know for oneself. You can know yourself, right? That is considered to be truth in the world, If you see the doubter will tell you that's because of the mind disorder, right? Like that. It's not because of bad karma. Now, when those ascetics and Brahmin hold such a doctrine and view as this, wherever a person experiences, whether it is pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, all that is caused by what was done in the past. Some ascetics and Brahmin may say that it's because of bad karma. They overshoot what one knows by oneself, and they overshoot what is considered to be truth in the world. Actually, even we can think is the common sin, right? Common sin. If you see the doubter can tell you that's because of mind order. It's not because of bad karma. Therefore, I say that the Buddha said, this is wrong. This is a wrong view on the part of those ascetics and Brahmin. So, that is the cause of pain feeling. Maybe because of mind disorder, according to this sutta. Some feeling arises, originated from, number one, mind disorders. Number two, phlegm disorders. So because of the phlegm, you may have a lot of diseases, right? Difficult to breathe like that. And difficult to, throw out your phlegm, etc. If you think that, this is because of my bad karma, it's a wrong view, It's wrong view. And some diseases or some pain feeling may arise because of wind disorder. Maybe there will be a lot of wind, going here and there in your stomach, right? Then the fourth one, imbalance of about 3. So in the Indian medical science, ancient Indian medical science, so they pay much attention to three factors. Sometimes because of bile disorder, sometimes phlegm disorder, sometimes wind disorder. Sometimes because of D3s, imbalance of D3s. Another one is sometimes happen because of climate change. Here it's very, when you look at these suttas, so I think we can understand some of the outcomes of, how to say, some of the pain feeling in our life, Because of climate change, we have a tsunami, right? Tsunami. Because of climate change, we have a lot of rains, Some part of the world raining a lot. Some part of the world, no rains at all. So this is because of climate change, not because of your bad karma, right? Bad karma. Some feeling arises originating from careless behavior. Careless behavior, as the commentary said that, lifting heavy weight. If you lift heavy weight, it can cause, back pain, backage, like that. Or hacking, breaking concrete wall. If you are hacking brick wall or concrete wall, then it can cause pain in your body. It's not because of your bad karma. Or snake bite, or falling into pit, owing to hanging around in improper time. Right? Simple to understand, right? Even with the common sense. The Buddha said that sometimes pain feeling in our life causes because of careless behavior. Another one is assault of other people. So other people may attack you. Because of that, you may have a pain feeling. It's not because of bad karma. It is because of attack from other people. And the result of karma. So the last one is the result of karma in the past. So it is just a part of, the result of your pain feeling. So here, if you look at this sutta, we understand clearly some feeling, either whether it is pain feeling or pleasant feeling, or neither pleasant nor pain feeling, causes because not just because of past karma. Of course, past karma plays an important role, and there are other factors to have our, pain feeling in this life. So by looking at this sutta, we can understand the theory of karma, right? Theory of karma. In Taithayatana Sutta, the Buddha talk about three types of wrong view, right? One of them is something happened because of past karma, obekata hetu. Another one is where you have a pain or pleasant, or neither pleasant or pain feeling because of creator being, somebody created, somebody created. Another one is things happen without any cause and condition. So these are three types of wrong view, right? So when you look at this sutta, we can understand not every feeling cause because of your past karma. So there are many other causes as well, right? Sometimes careless behavior like that. I want to quote another second sutta because I'm supposed to welcome the question because I am told that if we use wireless microphone, it will go to the, our sound system. Even it will go to the shrine hall, right? So, but maybe after 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, we will use it. Okay, so I will use another sutta, Asibhandhakaputta sutta from Saṅkhadhama. It talk about the result of karma, another theory. So by studying this sutta, we can understand the result of karma better, better. But to know the result of karma, exactly not easy, right? As the Buddha said, very complicated. In that sutta, one lay devotee asked the question, Venerable Sir, the Brahmin or the Western region, those who carry around water pot, they always carry water pot, wear garlands of water plants. They wear the water plants. Immerse themselves in water and take the sacred fire are said to direct a dead person upward and to guide me along and conduct him to heaven. Beautiful, Beautiful to know. One thing here I want to clarify, I want to explain. Here, Brahmin who live in the western region, they carry water plant around water pot. They carry water pot. Maybe to do blessing. I don't know. And they wear garlands of water plant. Garlands of water plant. As you know that when you observe every religion, not only other religion but also including Buddhism, normally monks and nuns, they wear, different items. It's very, something to think about, Then when you look at me, you just look at me. I wear nothing, only the robe, right? I don't know wear anything, Such a simplicity, right? What I give you is the Dhamma, I do not wear anything, just the robe. Very simple, right? So what we have to do is to teach the Dhamma, that's all, right? That's all. So you may think that, you may observe, religious leaders, not only other religion, including Buddhism. They wear different items, in their neck, in their hand, right? In their wrist, etc. So they mean nothing normally. These are a part of rites and rituals normally, right? Then when you look at this sutta, you will see, as a Buddhist monk, we don't need to wear anything, just the robe. Even the robe is to cover our body, That's all. We don't need to wear even the, preta strength, right? We don't have any charisma like that. So we don't have any object in our body. Very simple. So just here, you can see that most of the religious leaders, they wear, many items on their head, on their, neck, etc. So many things. They are not important, according to Buddhism. So as a Buddhist monk, we have to learn the Dhamma, we have to practice. Then after that, we share the Dhamma. That's all, That's all. So here, the Brahmin who live in the West region, so they are set to direct a dead person upward. And they are set to guide that person along and conduct him to heaven. They may do a lot of chanting. And they may think that they are bringing that person to upward or heavenly regions, either Deva realm or Brahma realm. So, but the Blessed One, the Arahant, the perfectly enlightened one, is able to bring it about that with the breakup of the body after death, the entire world might be reborn in a good destination, in a heavenly world. He is asking the Buddha to bring entire world to heaven. Is it possible? The Buddha said, the Buddha gave very clear teaching for that. So here, I think I want to highlight, we as a Buddhists also, we do chanting, right? When somebody passes away, normally we stand near the dead body, we do chanting. Then you can study what we are chanting. Actually, it is not sending the dead person upward. We are not sending him or her to heaven. It is, we chant the quality of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And we chant the verses of loving kindness. And we chant the nature of our life. We are subject to death. Nobody can escape from death, etc. Ultimately, recollection of death. That is what we are chanting. Then after chanting, we share the merit. Suppose that person is still around as a ghost. He may know, he may hear what we are chanting. He or she will be very happy, to hear that. My family is doing for me. And that joy or happiness will help him or her to go upward. If the dead person do not have any happiness or any joy for these chanting, no benefit at all, no benefit. So therefore, the purpose of doing chanting is not only for the dead person to rejoice, but also for us as well. We do chanting, we contemplate the nature of life, the nature of life, and we share the merit. That is the purpose of chanting, according to Theravada Buddhism. I will say I don't know much about other schools of Buddhism. According to Theravada Buddhism, very simple. Doing chanting near the dead body is to chant the quality of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and also to chant the verses of loving kindness, and to chant the nature of life, We are subject to old age, we are subject to illness, we are subject to death. We're trying to do recollection of the death, recollection of old age. So we are doing for ourselves normally. Then we accumulate good deed, and we share that good deed with the dead person. That's all, that's all. So therefore, suppose as a body you die, then you become a ghost, right? Then people will come and do chanting, near your body. How you will feel it? At least you're very happy, right? So that happiness and joy will create a good karma for you to have a life-changing, life-changing. You have a better existence. You will die as a ghost if you rejoice, and you will have a higher existences. That is the purpose of doing chanting. Not like here, right? So we do chanting not to send that person to the airport, That's very important. So look at what the Buddha taught in that Sutta. If this is a summarization, I summarize teachings of the Buddha. If a person engages in 10 causes of unwholesome actions, we already learned, right? We already learned. That person will be reborn in a bad destination. After doing unwholesome actions, he will reborn in an unwholesome destination. Prayers and wishes cannot send him to heaven. That's a very important one. How powerful prayer we do, those prayers will not send him to heaven. So the Buddha gave a simile of a huge boulder. Somebody throw a huge boulder into the water pool. It go down deep inside the water pool. Then you invite many people and let them sit down near the water pool, and you do prayer together. May a huge boulder come up. May a huge boulder come on the bank of the water pool. The Buddha said, is it possible? No, cannot. No? Your prayer, your wishes cannot bring a huge boulder on the water, on the surface of the water. Similarly, when somebody do unwholesome action in his life, we cannot do any prayer or wishes to go to airport and also to go to heaven. So this is the law of karma, This is the law of karma. Even the Buddha cannot do that, Even the Buddha cannot do that. So therefore the Buddha replied, I cannot send everybody to heaven. Cannot. All beings are owner of their own karma, right? Then the Buddha continued, if a person engages in 10 causes of wholesome actions, that person will be reborn in a good destination, or human existence, or sixth heavenly existence, or Brahmaram. Prayers and wishes cannot send him to hell. Now, somebody do a good wholesome actions. Because of those wholesome actions, he will have a rebirth in a good destination. Then you invite religious leaders, or maybe you invite somebody and do chanting or prayer and wishes to go to hell. You cannot do that. There may be some people. There might be, That might be because, you may have a send grudges or, send revenge to that person, then you wishes, to go to hell like that, And the Buddha gave a simile of a pot of ghee and a pot of oil, Somebody bring a pot of ghee underneath the water, and you break that pot of the water, ghee, pot of the ghee. Then fragment of the pot will go down, and also ghee and oil will come up. You cannot say, may ghee and oil go down. You cannot say that. You cannot make a wish, You cannot do any prayer. So therefore, this is the law of karma, right? You cannot make any prayer, any wishes. So this Sutta talk about importance of the law of karma. The law of karma. So here we do not say, normally we do not say prayers. But some people may say prayers. I want to pray to the Buddha. Normally we say no. Normally we are not saying that. We use the word puja, right? I will attend puja. The word puja means paying respect, paying homage to the Buddha, to the triple gem, to the triple gem. Even you can use puja to your parents. I want to do puja to my parents. So that means you want to pay respect to your parents. So the word puja means paying respect or paying homage to the triple gem, not a prayer. So there is a difference between Buddhism and most of the religion. So the Buddha gave precious teachings to us. We practice, we apply teachings of the Buddha in our daily life. We get a lot of benefit, profit. We are very grateful to the Buddha. Because of that, you pay homage to the Buddha. You pay respect to the Buddha. That's all, When you look at chanting, you will see that we are doing chanting the quality of triple gem, 9 quality of the Buddhas, 6 quality of the Dhamma, and 9 quality of the Sangha, right? When you look at our chanting, you will see that, right? So we are doing chanting the quality of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and also we chant the verses of loving kindness, metta. So when you look at Ratana Sutta, similarly, right? So we chant the quality of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That's all. No, we are not doing any prayer. We do not pray. We do not make wishes. It is important to know. It is when you look at this sutta. Okay, so this is 2 suttas important to know about the result of karma. In other words, theory of karma. Okay, any question? Now we can get the question. Okay.
Good evening, Bante. I have probably 2 questions. The first one is, after listening of all those just now explanations about the results of the karma, I mean, if what a person be in this situation, be it pleasant or not pleasant, not because of the past karma, isn't it because of the current karma? Because what I'm thinking is, for example, if a person is sick, then because of the world true knowledge, like medical science or whatsoever, we can trace it down to, like, for example, just now it was said as a bowel disorder. So to have a bowel disorder, probably the person doesn't take care of himself, probably. Such actions cause him to become into that situation. Isn't it the cause of the current karma?
Yes. So therefore, we learn 2 types of karma in Patthana, and Bidhamma. Bad Kamma, the first one is Bad Kamma. If you say something happened because of Bad Kamma, is wrong. And another one is present karma. Maybe we can say you do not take care of your health, you're buying, disorder. Because of that, you have a consequences. So the result of we can say is a present karma. Of course, the Sutta do not say present karma. It can be present karma. Suppose you have a diabetes, because you don't take care of your food, your way of life, your way of living, because of that present karma. Normally we can say, of course, present karma, but the Sutta, I think the Buddha just want to highlight. We say karma, 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 right? We normally emphasize karma, karma. So therefore, the Buddha want to mention other things. Of course, when we say that, because of our present karma, we do not take care of our health, we do not take care of our food. Because of that, we have a vine disorder and wind disorder, etc. We can say, yeah, present karma. Present karma. Even we cannot say present karma. The result of present karma. Okay. Second question?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, that leads to my second questions. I mean, with the complexities of looking into the entanglement of the present karma or even past karma, actually, what's the point of understanding?
Oh. Maybe puja not finished yet. Oh. That's a problem. Maybe we can ask without microphone. Huh? Or maybe you just near the camera so that camera can record the sound, right? If you... Hmm? Oh. Oh, really? Okay, then you can ask without microphone. You need to raise a little bit. Wow. Oh, okay, okay.
Can you repeat the question? You set out the question, his question, so it will be recorded.
It's difficult. Maybe can we have a two-wire microphone? Like maybe next time. Earlier we don't have this problem. Okay, then you can ask question. Okay.
My second question is with the complexities of the past karma or present karma. Then, actually, to be honest, what is the point of trying to know what is the cause of all this? I mean, to understand what's our past karma or whatsoever. Because I thought if we are trying to go into that, isn't it that we are trying to find who shoot the arrow rather than to cure the one being shot by the arrow?
What is the point to know the origin of, how do you say that, the result of our karma, right? Of course, it is important to know. It is important to know the origin of the result, right? Like that diabetes. We need to know what causes diabetes, right? Then only you know how to solve that problem. Similarly, some painful feeling, pain feeling may arise in our life, and we have to find out the origin, why pain experience in our life happen. Good things happen in our life, or bad things happen in our life. So therefore, it is important to know the origin of our problem, the origin of our not only the problem, and also good things in our life. So therefore, even in Four Noble Truths, right? Number one is suffering. Number two is the cause of suffering. So without knowing the cause of suffering, you will not know the cessation of suffering, or you will not know the path that leads to cessation of suffering. So therefore, we should know the origin of our pain experience or pleasure or neutral one. It's important. But to know the result of our action, our karma, the result of karma is complex. It is not just because of past karma. Here, the Buddha want to say, not just because of past karma. So past karma will be a part of the result, a part of the origin of our problem. Not just because of karma, but also other things. So the Buddha just mentioned a few things here, right? Mind disorder, because of wind disorder, etc. Because of climate change, etc. So, okay. question.
Bande, there was a tragic case in Singapore where a pair of twins that were autistic, means they have special needs, all right, and the father actually strangled the sons. So, in this case, would we say that the autism of the kids is not due to the kid's bad karma, that he's born with this abnormality, maybe some metabolic disorder or some other causes. But the fact that the kids die in the hands of the father, is that due to karma?
Actually, the Sutta can answer.
Because, I mean, a lot of people say,
Yeah, you're right.
oh, it's a bad karma, they are born autistic. It's also the bad karma that they die in the hands of the father.
Number one, they was born with the abnormal organs or abnormal body. It might be, I think, because of bad karma. They have bad karma, right? Because of bad karma. But they died because their father killed them, right? Killed them. Here is they do not do anything, right? Here, the Buddha answer, assault, attack of other people, because of other people attack you. So, here what the Buddha want to say is, not because of bad karma. They are killed, maybe because of bad karma. Bad karma is a part of, one part of the cause, Not only that one, because of other people as well. Here, number 7, right? Number 7. Sort of others. So, sometime, the country became rich, like in Singapore, right? Singapore. People may say that it is because of your bad karma. It's not correct. It's not correct. Your past karma may be one factor. Another factor is present collaborative effect, right? As a country, you try hard to make this country richer and prosperous. So if you just say Singapore became rich because of past karma, then nobody do anything. What will happen? So that statement will be wrong, So for that reason, the Buddha always say that whether it is good or bad things happening right now, it is not just because of past karma. The Buddha is not rejecting the outcome of past karma. Past karma may be one factor, and there are other factors as well, right? So for that reason, in Taithayatana Sutta, in Kota Nikaya chapter 3, Sutta number 61, the Buddha highlight, if you think that pain feeling in your life, or pleasant feeling in your life, a neutral feeling in your life. In other words, good and bad things in your life happen because of past karma, number 1, or it happened because of Creator God or goddesses, not only God, goddesses as well. Then it happened because of without any condition and causes, through wrong view, right? If somebody did in such a way, there will be no purpose of practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, right? If somebody think that everything in my life happened because of past karma, you do not make any effort, then you're not practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, So there's no way to attain Nibbana, right? So therefore, of course, according to Buddhist teaching, past karma plays an important role, right? Because of that, you are intelligent. You have intelligence to have to understand teachings of the Buddha because of bad karma, right? But if you do not come to the class, your bad karma will not, will not make any difference, You will not have any understanding or teachings. So therefore, bad karma plus present action, present karma, right? So therefore, Abhidhamma Patthana said that, two type of karma, right? Past karma and present karma. Okay. Okay.
Can I say that the results of karma is actually letting us know our 31 days of existence?
Past karma play
The results of karma
or the result of karma?
will let us, because of the results of karma, so ultimately that's where we landed in the 31 plane of existence, because there are 31 days. So through Four Noble Truth and Noble Eightfold Path, so we are able to decline one stages by one stages via meditation. Can I say that?
The question is because of karma, you have the result of rebirth in 31 planes of existence, right? But if you practice meditation, you'll be able to cleansing those karma, right? Those karma. Yeah, here is two opinion. Here's the two opinion. So the first part, of course, because of your past karma, you were born in one of the 31 planes of existence. So no objection for that. Then second part is if you cleansing all the karma, it will lead to nibbana, right? What you want to say is. So here is when we study Visuddhimagga and also popular teachings in Abhidhamma, to attain nibbana, you need to cleanse all your karma, right? Especially when we study Pañcasīla. But when we learn Patthana is Abhidhamma text, 7 Abhidhamma texts. Magga, Magga is one of the karma, So Patthana add Magga, 4 Magga Chetas as a karma. So that means you don't need to cleansing 4 Magga Cheta to attain nibbana. No. So you have to try to attain Magga Chetas. In other words, the Noble Eightfold Path. So then only you cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path. In other words, only you do 4 Magga Cheta, you'll be able to experience the bliss of Nibbana. Of course, this is not popular one. Popular teaching is, in order to attain Nibbana, you need to cleanse in all type of karma. But of course, those karma, we call it mundane karma. Okay. Question?
So here I understand is that not everything is due to karma. And karma is one of the natural law. And I have read there may be something like 6 or 7 natural laws that can, and these laws can make what is happening to us. Can you please elaborate on that?
Natural law, niyama, actually in Pali, niyama. We have, I think, 5. Sorry that I'm not quite sure. I also am not quite sure because I do not, normally when I talk about karma, I do not refer to that. We have some niyama, like Utu niyama, climate. Karma is one of them. Karma niyama is the law of karma, something in our life happen because of karma. Sometimes uduniyama because of climate, right? When you go and stay in the forest, your body will change, right? Your body will change. When you are staying in hot, when you're walking under the hot sun, your body will change like that. Uduniyama like that. And bija niyama. Bija niyama means bija means the seed, right? The seed. The tree grow because of the seed. Bija niyama. Another one is chaita, the mind. The mind. Maybe it indicate the present our mind. You know, sometimes it happens because of the mind. Kamma, niyama, uduniyama, bija, chaita, and what is another one? Huh? Pali college student. I think you learn, right? Okay, I think for me, I think that after you learn all these suttas, you understand the nature of the result of karma. That's my point. That's my point. So this is a sutta study class. For that reason, normally I do not use. I try not to use Abhidhamma concept. I don't want to mix two theory, two teachings. Okay, so I think we'll continue, right? So we have learned especially 10 causes of wholesome karma and unwholesome karma. Basically, we normally refer to that. What is karma? A motivation behind your action. We have 3 types of bodily action and 4 types of verbal actions, another 3 types of mental actions. So when we talk about karma, very clear, no? Very clear. But when you talk about the result of karma, we need to consider a lot of, ingredients. So like the Buddha said that 2 people do the same unwholesome deed, right? Then one person suffer a lot, another person suffer a little bit. Why? The result of karma is different, like that. And the Buddha said that the person who suffer a lot, he do not have much meritorious deed. If you have a lot of meritorious deed, even you do unwholesome actions, so even you may have a little bit of, suffering, a little bit of the result of your bad karma, but you will not suffer a lot because of having a lot of meritorious deed in your mind, right? To talk about the result of karma, I forgot to mention one sutta, Saṅkhadhama Sutta in Saṅkhadhama. You can erase the result of unwholesome action, In that sutta, the Buddha said that. Suppose you have done unwholesome karma in your life. What we do is we normally think about our unwholesome action, right? Unwholesome actions. We have a lot of regrets in our mind. We are repeating, We are thinking that unwholesome actions in our life, and we have a lot of regret in our mind. Because of that regret, we have a pain feeling in our mind. That's the nature of human mind, So in Saṅkhadhama Sutta, the Buddha said that after you have done unwholesome action in your past, you can think about it to take lesson. Don't let the regret happen in your mind. No regret. No regret. You can think about your unwholesome karma in your past. You can take lesson. You think about it mindfully. no regret. No? Then what you have to do is trying to stop, not to do that again. Number one, try not to do it again. Then, secondly, you practice four Brahmavihara. You trying to cultivate loving kindness to all beings. You trying to practice compassion. You trying to practice altruistic joy. You trying to practice equanimity. 4 Brahmavihara, 4 sublime dwellings. The Buddha said in that sutta, if you practice 4 sublime teachings, Brahmavihara, those higher mind are able to erase all you are, the result of unwholesome action. The Buddha clearly said that. Those 4 Brahmavihara can erase all you are, the result of bad karma. Or they may make, lesser, Yeah, they may make lesser, So therefore, I think that is, it is important to know about theory of karma and the result of karma. And after you have done unwholesome karma, no regret. But what you have to do is, don't do it again. Secondly, then practice 4 Brahmavihara. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha. So those 4 Brahmavihara can erase the result of karma, the result of your past karma. Right? I forgot to mention this one. Actually, it's very, very good sutta. Very good sutta. Okay, so I think that if you want, one question if you want. Okay, no question. Then let's try to wrap up about the law of karma. So now we'll talk about criteria of a Buddhist. Normally, I want to talk about 5 precepts. Now we are learning morality, right? Morality, Sīla. So I want to highlight the importance of 5 precepts. So for that, I want to start with the Mahānāma Sutta. Mahānāma is a cousin of the Buddha. He is a good Buddhist, and he normally comes to the temple, bringing some food, no empty hand. When he comes to the temple, he brings some fruit and some food to offer to the Saṅkha. And normally what he do is he asks questions. He asks so many questions to the Buddha and also to to the monks. One time, he is asking a lot of questions to the Buddha. So Venerable Ananda told him, bring him, outside, touching his body, come. So Venerable Ananda said that the Buddha is not feeling well. If you are asking a lot of questions, you are harming the Buddha. One sutta. So what I want to say is he asks a lot of questions. So there are a few suttas under his name. When we talk about meditation, we will quote one of his suttas. So here, in Mahānāma Sutta, Mahānāma asks question to the Buddha. In what way, Bhante, is one a lay follower? We call it upasaka in Pali. Anyone who knows the word upasaka? May preceptor, lay follower, bhikkhu body, and upasaka. As a monk, I can call wine sin, way sin as a upasaka. I can call her, his wife, upasika, female follower of the Buddha. Female follower of the Buddha. And we have 4 audience in Buddhism, right? Bhikkhu, monks, bhikkhuni, nuns, and upasaka, and lay follower, and upasika, female follower. 4 audience, right? So here, what the Buddha says is, what Mahānāma want to, the question is, how we can say somebody is a lay follower of the Buddha, upasaka. And also we can ask, what we can say somebody is female follower of the Buddha, upasika. And the Buddha gives an answer. When Mahānāma, one has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅkha. When Mahānāma, one has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅkha, in that way, one is a lay follower. So in other words, we can say that we call it Buddhist. What are the criteria of Buddhist? 3 criteria. If you take refuge, if you have gone for refuge to the Buddha, number 1, to the Dhamma, number 2, to the Saṅkha, number 3, you are a Buddhist. So therefore, you always chant, Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅkhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. When somebody want to become a Buddhist, what you have to do is you let in or let her recite Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅkhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi for the 2nd time, Tatiyampi for the 3rd time. Then that person become a Buddhist. You don't need to come to the temple. You don't need to bring that person to the monk or nuns. But of course, that person must, must have a faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅkha. Then recite. Then that person become a Buddhist, right? So normally, Buddhists always recite Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi all the time, right? So that means you are taking refuge in the Triple Gem. You are reaffirming that you are a Buddhist. You are a Buddhist. Okay, so here what I want to say is, 2nd question, in what way Bhante is a lay follower virtuous? How we can say that somebody is a virtuous Buddhist? Virtuous Buddhist. The Buddha said, when Mahānāma, a lay follower, abstain from the distraction of life, number 1. Number 2, taking what is not given, abstaining from taking what is not given. Somebody who abstain from sexual misconduct. Number 4, abstaining from false speech and abstaining from using liquor, wine, intoxicants, the basis for heedlessness. In that way, a lay follower is a virtuous. So here, if you have faith in the Triple Gem, you are a Buddhist. Whether you are doing killing or whether you are doing stealing, etc., But if you want to be a good Buddhist, a virtuous Buddhist, you have to keep 5 precepts. So Myanmar, generally, they kill their own people People always ask, are they Buddhists? Some people ask me, are they Buddhists? Yes, they are Buddhists, so-called Buddhists. So they are not refraining from, they are not observing 5 precepts. So therefore, you can be a Buddhist, so-called Buddhist, of course. But if you want to become a good Buddhist or virtuous Buddhist, you need to abstain from all these 5, right? 5 precepts. So here I want to quote some sutta that the Buddha talk about the importance of observing 5 precepts. Niraya Sutta. Bhikkhus, one possessing 5 qualities is deposited in hell as if brought there. What 5? One destroying life, take what is not given, engage in sexual misconduct, speaks falsely, and indulge in liquor and wine and intoxicants, and the basis for heedlessness. So that means if you break 5 precepts, you will go to hell. You will go to hell. It doesn't mean, of course, one way or another you break some of the 5 precepts, right? But after doing unwholesome thing, you need to do a lot of good deed, right? A lot of good deed. And most importantly, you need to practice 4 Brahmavihara, 4 sublime state. Then all your unwholesome deed will be wiped off or erased. So here, what the Buddha want to say is the importance of observing 5 precepts, right? So if you quite often break 5 precepts, you will go to hell. You will go to unhappy destinations. Then another sutta, the Buddha said, Bhikkhu, one possessing 5 qualities, is deposited in heaven, as if brought there. So that is, when abstain from distraction of life, abstain from taking what is not given, from sexual misconduct, from falsehood, from liquor, wine, intoxicant, and basis for heedlessness. So that means if you keep 5 precepts, you will be in the good destination or in heaven. So the importance of 5 precepts. In Dhammapara, the Buddha said that he who destroys life, tell lies, take what is not given, commit adultery, is addicted to intoxicating drinks, dig up his own root, even in this very life. We normally say that we are digging our own grave, right? That means if you are breaking 5 precepts, you are digging your own grave. Okay, so now I will explain the importance of 5 precepts again. 5 precepts, Pañcasīla is the universal law. The universal law that everyone in the world must follow, should follow, for the welfare of all beings. Not only for you, for other people as well, you know. The society that break Pañcasīla will encounter social deprivations. Quite clear, right? The country who are killing each other, a lot of negative effect for the society. The country who is stealing, no? A lot of social deprivation. So here I want to talk about one by one. If you abstain from taking life or killing, you will have security of your life. You can look at here, Singapore, killing a human being is very rare, very rare. So therefore, we have security of life. You can go anywhere, right? Even in the forest, you can go. Even nighttime, you can go. Most of the country, you cannot go nighttime. You don't have security of life. You cannot go the country who is killing each other. You cannot go, right? Not safe, not safe. So that means by abstaining from taking life, we will have security of life. Another one is abstaining from taking what is not given. You will not have security of property. You have to lock your door all the time. If there are a lot of theft, right? A lot of thief. And some countries, your belongings are not safe, right? Because those countries do not abstain from stealing. So some countries, so they do not steal the property of other people. Even you lost your property, you will get back. They have a loss in form, right? You will get back, like a Japan. Japan, very good country, Even you lost your property, then chances, you have a lot of chances to get back. If you lost something in United States, not sure. I mean, even United States is very educated and also very rich country. Yeah, I think. I mean, what I mean is conduct, right? Moral conduct of the people. How about in Singapore? If you lost something on the road, yeah, you have a good chances, right? Good chances. Of course, no guarantee. Better than US, better than United States, right? Some country, even you take care of your belongings, rob, right? They will rob. You will not have security of your property. So therefore, 5 precepts are universal law, no? So people have to observe or take care of 5 precepts. Another one is engaging in sexual misconduct. If somebody near your house engage sexual misconduct quite often, security of family life, dangerous, right? Dangerous. If somebody commit sexual misconduct in the family, that family, no security. Family will be broken down. So therefore, abstaining from engaging in sexual misconduct is also important, right? Important. Then, abstaining from speaking falsely. If you are telling a lie quite often, you will be notorious. Notorious, not famous. You'll be notorious. You will not have security of fame, Your reputation will be tarnished because of telling a lie. So therefore, abstaining from speaking falsely is important. Another one is abstaining from taking intoxicants. If you are drinking, if you are using drugs, and you will lose security of your health. And you will not have security of the clarity of the mind. Clarity of the mind. You will lose your clarity of the mind. So these are the 5 precepts. 5 precepts. Any question? I think, okay, no question. So here I use the word universal law. Universal law. Pali Canon mentioned that The we-turning monarch, in Pali, Chakravarti, or the universal monarch, who governed the whole world. Universal monarch. We can, the President of the United States, you can consider universal monarch. Whatever happened in the part of the world, normally he involved. Many people do not like. Here, the universal monarch is not like the President of United States, of course. He do not do any violent attack. He will rule the whole world in a righteous way, So, according to Buddhist concept, I think not only Buddhism, but also in Hinduism as well, we have one concept. Sometime there will be a universal monarch who will rule the whole world. He will conquer the whole world without fighting, without fighting. So in ancient time, some monarch, so they will send the delegate to a country. So if you do not win the war, you need to give some present to me, a kind of symbol to say that they are, under their emperor, without killing, without fighting, they won. So here, the universal monarch occasionally will arise in the world. They govern the whole world without fighting, and they will lay down 6 golden rules. We call it golden rules. For his local kings, he will tell the local kings. The number 1, you should not kill living beings. Not only human beings, but also living beings. You should not kill living beings. Number 2, you should not take what is not given. Number 3, you should not indulge in sexual misconduct. Number 4, you should not speak falsehood. Number 5, you should not take intoxicants. 5 precepts, right? 5 precepts. One more rules. Enjoy your possession as before. You can be a king in your country, but your country must submit to my emperor, like that, right? Like that. These are 6 golden rules of the universal monarch. So therefore, we can say that 5 precepts is the universal law. 5 precepts are the basic human laws formulated by forefathers of human generations, our generations. They are not like commandments laid down by a supreme being in theistic religions. So in the theistic religions, supreme being will lay down. So these are the rules that you must follow. In Buddhism, 5 precepts are not like a commandments. It is important to know that the Buddha is not a creator God. The Buddha is not a lawgiver who will punish you, who will punish those who break these 5 precepts, or who will reward those who follow 5 precepts. No, the Buddha is not a lawgiver. The Buddha do not say that you must follow. If you do not follow, go to hell. No. He just highlights the importance of those universal laws. He just highlights, just like a universal monarch, right? Man has free will to follow them. He has a free will, is very important. You have free will to follow them. But he is responsible for his actions. Responsible for his actions. That's very important. The Buddha highlight following and practicing 5 precepts is important. You have your free will. You can follow, you don't follow, it doesn't matter. Okay, any question? Now we finish about 5 precepts. Then in my next lessons, I will talk about 8 precepts, 9 precepts, and 227 precepts, and also 9 billion precepts, like that. Okay. In what basis? Story. Normally, we do not say evolve in Theravada Buddhism. It is a moral conduct or ethic that you should follow. Of course, when we say that you keep, you promise, you repeat after the monk, right? The shrine hall, normally the monk will say, Panatipada Viramani Saṅkhadhama Samadhiyami. You repeat after the monk. Repeat after the monk. It is a kind of, how to say, keeping promise. You keep promise that I will follow 5 precepts. Right? In that sense, you can use the word form. Sorry that I cannot pronounce the word. So it is a kind of promise you do in front of the monk, sometimes in front of the Buddha image. You can do that. You can do that. Or you can do at all. Or even you can keep promise in front of your friend. You don't need to come to temple. Sometimes, even even do not promising, you do not promise that you will keep precept, but you follow. Okay. So it is not a kind of form. You keep promise that you will follow, you will observe 5 precepts. But on what basis we are observing? Sometimes, of course, you may break one precept. It happens sometimes, the young men, when they are repeat after the monk, they do not recite Sura Media because they want to drink. They want to drink. So they want to, that means they keep silent, They do not recite Sura Media Majjapamaratthana. So, of course, if you cannot do, better not to give promise, right? Even you do not keep promise, or even you do not repeat after the monk, you can also practice, because they are universal laws, right? Universal laws. If you observe 5 precepts, you will have a lot of benefit, right? A lot of benefit. Okay. Any question? Okay.
Is it true that the universal monarch and the Buddha cannot exist together? Why?
The question is, the Buddha and universal monarch cannot appear in one time, one period, one dispensation. Yeah, it is says so. It says so according to commentaries. When the Buddha appear, then there will not be universal monarch. But in one sutta in Digha Nikaya, Cakkawati Siyanara Sutta. So that sutta talk about in one lifetime, one dispensation, universal monarch appear. Then by that time, and the Buddha appear, Arimitiya Buddha will appear. So when you look at that sutta, commentary explanation is not correct. We can say that the Buddha and universal monarch can appear. I think generally they do not appear in one time. Because when the universal monarch appear in the world, people will follow his guidelines, just like a 6 Korean rules. No? Generally, it's correct, but when we refer to that sutta, it's not correct. Okay.
But then, what about some food stuff that has liquor in it? For example, fruit cake. We put liquor ready into it to create that delicious fruit cake. What about some food? Because I also spoke to some people, they say that they had to, for example, kueh lapis. We put liquor into it to preserve that kueh lapis. So when you eat it, you don't taste it. You don't taste the liquor, but you didn't deliberately drink liquor. So I'm still unfaithful, binding to the last, not taking intoxicants, right? But because the bread also, they also preserve it by adding a little bit of liquor. It's
Yeah.
a preservative.
For preservation, people use liquor for some food. Like I think there are many, right? There are many food. People use liquor to preserve, or maybe even
Enhance the taste.
to enhance the flavor or the taste. Even the same meat, right? When they are cooking, they use liquor. So here is we have to think. Pamadatthana. Actually, you have to think about this line. Sorry. From liquor, wine, intoxicants. Actually, these are just examples. And basis for heedlessness. That's important line. Pamadatthana. Basis for heedlessness. After eating the food, preserved with the liquor, or alcohol, or wine, then it makes you heedless, not mindful. After eating, you lost your clarity of the mind. I think normally after eating such a food, not such a thing happen, right? Yeah. Your mind stay clear, just enhance the taste. It doesn't matter.
Just consider as food.
Yeah, you're right. Just consider as a food. That's an important point. As long as the food will not create any basis for heedlessness, then if you lost clarity of your mind after eating that food or that snacks, then you're breaking 5 precepts. Otherwise, I think, no. Okay.
But then does that mean that if a person takes alcohol, but takes very little, so as not to get intoxicated, it's not breaking the 5 precept?
The thing is, of course, if you can avoid any type of food that mix with the alcohol, better. But regarding with the alcohol, whether you drink little or you drink a lot, breaking. Normally, I give a simile of how to say? No. A simile or a desk on my hand. A small desk on my hand, right? If a little desk, stay on my hand, it doesn't make any difference, But when I put that little desk on my ear, my eye will be irritating, right? It will make a lot of difference to my eye. Similarly, you drink a little bit of alcohol for your good health, suppose. You normal time, okay. But when you meditate, it will make a lot of difference, Even small, a little bit of alcohol will make you shaking all the mind. It will make a lot of difference. Therefore, one of the famous writer in Myanmar, he write an article, He left to drink, He claimed that if we drink just for health, and our mind is alert, clear, then that drinking will not bring him to hell or a happy destination, a bad destination. But he himself trying to experience, Later he became a serious meditator. He said that after drinking a little bit, when I meditate, then I lost my mindfulness. It makes a lot of difference, because it creates, it trying to erase the clarity of the mind. Because drinking alcohol is the basis for heedlessness. Even a small one, even a small little dust, if you put it in the eye, it makes a lot of difference. Similarly, drinking for your health or drinking a little bit will create a lot of difficulty in your meditation. Okay, so thank you. Let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho parakato bala viriya samangi Tansukatan saranathamupemi Rakavi rakamanincamasokan Dhamma Saṅkhadhama patikulan Madhurami mampakuna suvipatan Dhammami mansaranathamupemi Yathacha te nama apalamahu Chatusu sisu purisa yugesu Dhammatas mimansaranathamupemi Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.